right, so hot off the heels of my reaction to Phantom Siita, I realized after reading a comment that said, oh, by the way, Otto has produced these guys. I was like, oh my god, I'm pretty sure that my friend Goosebumps Radio actually made a video on this, and sure as all, here it is. Japan's scariest idol group was made by Otto? Question mark? Exclamation mark? That's right. We're here now. The worlds are colliding, and Goosebumps Radio has an 8-minute video here for us to check out and to learn more about Phantom Siita. I'm also being told that it's pronounced Phantomo Siita. I don't know if that's true or not. Let me know what your guys' interpretation is, what it is. Let me know down in the comments section below. But for right now, we're going to stick with Phantom Siita because that's the easiest to go with. Now, with this one here, this one has 279,000 views from 6 months ago, and this has over 17,000 likes. So let's get Goosebumps's take. Let's get Goose's take on this one here, and let's learn more about Japan's scariest idol group. Let's do it.
Ado is one of the biggest names in Japanese music. She took the world by storm with her youth anthem Usewa and followed it up with 4 very successful albums. Between constant recording and touring, Ado has also found the time for one very unexpected project. This is Phantom Siita, a retro horror themed idol group. These 5 girls have been put together by Ado to...
Oh, okay. Miu, Rinka, Mona. Who's she? Monka? Okay. So now we're getting a screenshot. We're getting some names here. Dialing in.
Both disturb and dazzle audiences.
What a great explanation on that right off the bat. Both disturbed and dazzled this audience member.
Japan's idol industry is known for upholding the same values that Ado has opposed through music. But Phantom Siita wants to break these norms. They want to become a heretical existence in the industry and be worthy enough to call themselves idols. Most idol groups only dream of performing at the legendary Budokan Arena. But how did Phantom Siita manage to perform there just 4 months after debuting? Let's dive.
Oh, okay. So from what I remember seeing is that they've only got a handful of songs right off the bat. Like, this is like a pretty new group.
Into the full story behind Ado's idol group. In November of 2023, Ado began auditions for her idol group. The concept for the audition was retro horror, and the assigned song for applicants was Top Musica from One Piece film Red. Although it's a very difficult song, Ado said it was the best way to see everyone's worldview. Over 4,000 girls applied, but only 5 were chosen. The group's name comes from combining the words phantom and Sitta, which is a blend of the scientific names of the monarch butterfly and
Okay, so yeah, this was from the comment. Yeah.
swallowtail moth. They aim to put a modern twist on the retro horror concept, creating a new idol image that evokes
Moths and butterflies? Interesting. Monarch butterfly, swallowtail moth.
phantom and Sitta, which is a blend of the scientific names of the monarch butterfly and swallowtail moth. They aim to put a modern twist on the retro horror concept, creating a new idol image that evokes nostalgia while staying rooted in Japanese culture. Their fandom name is Haine, which not only references the swallowtail moth, but means hatred in French.
Haine means hatred in French? Haine?
Fandom name is Haine, which not only references the swallowtail moth, but means hatred in French. Now you're probably wondering what exactly Ado does for Phantom Siita. She isn't just using her name to give them free publicity. Ado is officially the group's producer. She's involved in both the creative and music processes, as well.
I think that that's what's really cool about Ado too, is that like she is music, right? Like that's just who she is. And so like this takes her skills to another level by being able to like produce onto others and to like spread that knowledge, that the design of music, and to really kind of create this whole atmosphere. It's a whole world, and this is what I love about fandom so much. I go in and out of fandoms like a ghost myself, man. It's just like I go in, I learn, and I discover, and I become part of so many fandoms. I'm kind of like Khaleesi in that way, you know. I've got a multitude of different names, fandom names behind me.
As well as other things like stage production. She's notably designed some of their outfits, and there's a few behind-the-scene videos of her coaching the group. Keep in mind that Ado is only a year older than the group's oldest member.
Oh, really? Okay.
Now that all the main details are out of the way, let's take a closer look at each member.
Thank you.
The first group member shown was Mona. She's a reliable member that has a classic idol-like cuteness. Despite being the...
So, color pink, center for just want to... Okay. All right. That was what a video. What a video.
Group's youngest member, Ado says she leads her teammates with confidence. Miu is the center for the group's debut song Otomodachi. Ado describes her as being full of energy, and she has the most charisma when it comes to dancing and speaking. The other 07 member is Rinka. She has a more mature
Rinka, okay.
sounding voice, and her singing is very stable. Rinka usually feels nervous before shows, although you never see it on stage. Hisui is the group's oldest member and the only one with past experience. She's a former member of the rock idol group Wallet, having graduated in March of 2024. Hisui is a huge horror fan, and it shows with how well her expressions are. Her voice is the most distinctive with how high-pitched it is, and she adds a lot of spice to the group. Our fifth and final member is Mocha. She does very well with controlling her voice and singing more complex notes. Ado says she's a very important member, and she actually doesn't like horror. It's very clear that these girls were chosen for their talent. They have the same raw singing talent that Ado had starting out, so it'll be...
Okay, so we've got a collection of different people that have different backgrounds when it comes to like the style, but it is able to project such a, like, even though they don't like she doesn't like horror?
Talent. They have the same raw singing complex notes. Ado says she's a very important member, and she actually doesn't like horror.
Interesting. Okay, so like to be able to like dive yourself into that world so well, and just being like, oh, actually, I'm not a big fan of horror to begin with, but that shows a complexity that is very unique. Wow.
It's very clear that these girls were chosen for their talent. They have the same raw singing talent that Ado had starting out, so it'll be interesting to see how fast it can develop with their help.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see like they start out as like almost like an analog horror style, right? Will they evolve into something more? You know, still keep those dark undertones, but maybe have more of a different taste in time? We'll see, I guess.
7 months after Phantom Siita were formed, the group debuted with their first single, Otomodachi.
Wait, hold on a sec. They debuted around this time? Oh my god, I'm almost a year in now. I'm just getting on to a year in from their debut. What the heck?
7 months after Phantom Siita were formed, the group debuted with their first single, Otomodachi. The song is based on the theme of betrayal and suspicion in friendships, and many elements relate to the game Kokori-san, which is a Japanese alternative to the Ouija board. You'll notice that their faces aren't fully shown throughout the video, which is likely a nod to Ado hiding her identity. It placed on Spotify Japan's viral chart and was a very promising start for the group. A month later, they released their second single. It quickly gained popularity and is currently their biggest hit. No surprise when you find out that Vocaloid producer Kikyo is behind it. The music video sees them...
Oh, okay. So now we've also got Vocaloid. Okay, so yeah, this is something that I think is going to be very interesting for the channel here. Like, I love everything that has to do with Japan. Like, I really do. There's a lot to it. And it's like, I would do a disservice if I don't learn more and go beyond just the surface level of the music videos. So I think that this is really important, being able to come into videos like Goosebumps here videos, because it gives a good insight for learning about these artists and also about the fandoms too. That's one thing that I know about Goose, is that he is dialed into the fandoms as well. So this is perfect. This is a great transition, and it's a great help to have him as a good friend too.
Kidnap a man, and it's the first time we clearly see their faces. The choreography isn't anything fancy, but it fits well with the horror aesthetic. With their third single, Devilish Girls, the production takes a softer turn, toning down the horror feel from their previous two tracks.
Oh, okay, there we go.
This shift puts the focus on their vocals, allowing their voices to shine in a gentler manner.
Okay.
Their fourth single, Hanabami, is my personal favorite among their music videos, and I also think it's their best written song. Phantom Siita released 2 singles over the next few months, and on the anniversary of Ado first announcing her idol group plans, they released their first album. Girlhood Memories consists of 7 tracks, and it managed to sneak onto the Billboard Japan Hot Albums chart. Hanagatami is the only song that wasn't released as a single. It's a sad, melancholic ballad that deserves more attention. This is how I'd rate all their songs as standalone music. Zoku Zoku is my favorite track, and if you're not familiar with who each member is yet, you will after watching its music video.
Okay.
Besides music, Phantom Siita have been active with a variety of other things since their debut. In August, they made their first TV appearance and have done since a handful of other TV appearances and performances. They had their first stage at Osaka Castle Hall and have also performed
those were really cool outfits.
Appearances and performances.
I just like the red kind of like misting down, like breaking out at the bottom of the skirt and then like coming up to black like that. It looks so cool.
They had their first stage at Osaka Castle Hall.
And the contrast of the backdrop too being like bright pastel-y colors, that's hilarious.
And have also performed at other festivals and events. Most notably on one of Ado's nationwide Japan tours, they were the opening act. November marked their first solo concert, held at one of Japan's most prestigious music venues, the 14,000-seater Nippon Budokan. Given that they only have around 25 minutes of original music, Phantom Siita relied on covers to fill most of the set list. While their original songs were the highlight of their performance, they tried to spice things up with a solo section of covers. Each member chose a cover that reflected their personality, and they had the spotlight all to themselves for it.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so that's really cool to be able to like just shine with their solo projects as well. Like that's really important because you get a more of a feel of each individual person's musical tastes and what they excel in. I like that.
Many of the songs performed both as a group and individually lean towards standard idol pop. This leaves questions about whether the group will fully embrace their horror identity in the future or if they'll gradually shift to a more conventional idol style. To top off
That's
what
kind
was
of what I
already
was
a
thinking,
historic
right?
performance, Phantom Siita announced something that absolutely no one expected. In 2025, the group will be going on their first world tour called Moth to a Flame. They'll be visiting 15 cities across 10 countries in just 34 days. It's more ambitious than Ado's first world tour, especially since they haven't even toured.
Man, they're coming to... When are they coming to... Oh, they were already in...
Even toured.
Oh my god.
It's more...
There we go. So they already came to LA then. So they ended on April 1st in Austin. Okay. Oh, that's too bad. That would have been cool to see them.
More ambitious than Ado's first world tour, especially since they haven't even toured Japan yet. Ado said it's rare for a group's first tour to be a world tour, both as idols and as artists. Quite a bold way to present themselves to the world.
If modern idols are butterflies, then Phantom Siita is a moth. A heretical existence in the idol industry. It's frightening and beautiful, making you want to reach out even though you know it's scary. That's that's actually very well said, and especially based off of my first reaction to them is that it's like, even though it was like, oh my god, this definitely feels like I'd be watching like The Ring, or something that from the VHS days. And it's just it's something that I was like, but then just the sound, and there's just more to it. There's more of a story here with them, so I'm very interested to find out more.
For a group that was announced just over a year ago, Phantom Siita have accomplished so much in such a short period of time. Their unique concept and bold deviation makes them an exciting addition to Japan's idol scene. Ado didn't pick girls who fit the mold of your perfect-looking K-pop idols. They're all very talented, and the project as a whole comes across as very authentic. Despite having the support of both Ado and her many devoted fans, Phantom Siita have yet to reach a sizable audience. A few months ago, some VTubers covered their most popular song, and that video nearly has the same amount of views as the original. There hasn't even been a major English write-up about the group yet. While their decision to do a world tour shows confidence, the timing seems premature. They're going to heavily rely on covers, and I'm not sure how much international audiences will enjoy them, especially when people in Japan had mixed feelings about them. This also ties into their identity, as I think some concert attendees will be confused when a horror-themed group spends time doing cute idol pop. 4 of these girls have no past idol experience, and 3 of them are still 18 and under. Unlike Ado, they don't have a faceless shield that can cope with pressure and expectations. Although...
Okay, so this is, oh my god, this is what I love about Goose, is that he actually like also puts it into perspective that there are still the other sides of like the whole industry that we have to be aware of as we go through and as we come up with these newer artists too, is like, what are expectations? What is standards? What are, you know, like things that are seeming a little bit off that maybe might hinder something in the future? It's really good to have that duality of just not being so like, you know, dialed in on just like the perfect shininess of everything. You got to have a realistic standard, or else you're gonna you could potentially be let down. But in this case here, I really hope that that's not the case. I really hope that they can continue this and to keep pushing forward.
So, Otto would know from experience whether they can make the next big step in their careers. They have the potential to break into the mainstream, but first they need to grow past the label of being Otto's idol group. Only time will tell what direction the group will go from here, so let's hope their cocoon doesn't hatch prematurely.
So I would say in that regard, as he says that, is that I had no idea. I felt like there was some like Otto kind of feel to it, but I didn't put the two and two together. So as a person just coming into it, not knowing about it being an Otto production, I would have never known, and I would have just continued going on like that. I think it's just letting everybody else just knowing it's like, oh, hey, by the way, this is Otto, you know, produced. It's like, okay, cool. Well, let's just keep going with the group themselves, you know, because that's key aspect, right? It's, you know, we got to look for the artists themselves and not like, it's like if Michael Jackson was produced by the Beatles, you know, like it's just, these are two different worlds, and they're two different individuals, and you know, it's not something that you want to like have too much of a crossover in. But having that support group, having that you know, positivity behind you definitely helps, and I hope that helps these girls as well.
And that's everything to know about Phantom Siita. I'd love to hear what you think about the group and who your favorite member is. Otherwise, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Hey, Goosey at it again. It's quick, it's easy, and he gets right to the point with this one. Let's check out some of these comments here. In the US, cute horror is super popular with certain groups. Look at games like DDLC, Omori, and IB. I don't know any of those. I think that these five will definitely attract attention. I didn't know Otto had an idol group. Thanks for the video. See, and that's just it. Yeah, like I don't know how many people actually know that there's like Otto actually had this. I see Otto, I click. As a Vocaloid fan, I'm super hyped with this group. It's like they chose all the best Vocapi for cute horror, especially Nakiso and Kiku. Are perfect for this. I really need more songs. I've already listened to the album way too many times. Laugh out loud. I love the breakdowns you make about Japanese artists. The best way to be filled in on what's current over there. Thank you. So far, I've been loving them a lot since debut. Maybe surprisingly, I've never really been an Otto fan at all. I'm worried that they don't really have the audience for their international tour, but either way, I'm pretty hyped. Now, see, now that's the thing, like, depending on where they were posted up, like the locations, I think that it's good to start off in locations that are a bit smaller so you can have more of those intimate settings with your fans. So like obviously they're not going to be going into like a giant stadium where they're going to have like a smaller group of people. I think that as time goes on and as more songs come out and more videos kind of like push them into the limelight, it's kind of like when I think of Hanabiye. You know, Hanabiye has been at it for a long time and have just been doing their thing, right? And for international audiences, they're popular within their groups. And so the smaller venues are more of a fun experience to just be able to like connect with the group on a more intimate level. And then in time, as things move forward, and then let's say that they do more collaborations with bigger artists, then those will push them into bigger stadiums. And then as time goes on, it will get bigger and better. Now, when it comes, I know that we have an issue when it comes to Japanese artists coming over to perform in the US. I do know that there are a lot of barriers to entry, and I know that there is a large cost when it comes to coming into the States to be able to perform over there as well. And so having Otto as a bit of like, you know, if she's produced them, if she's founded them kind of thing, maybe that barrier isn't as tough. So that would be a positive as well. But I think that we need to make sure that we treat them as their own entity, watch them grow, watch them develop into themselves, and see where they go from here kind of thing. I think it's going to be a very, very, very interesting storyline to follow with these girls. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to be interested to check out more of their songs. So definitely stay tuned for more reactions to Phantom Siita. And guys, also, if you have any other artists that you would like to recommend from Japan that you think that I would really get into, whether it's Vocaloid, whether it's Faceless, PNG, I don't know, like whatever groups you've got, let me know down in the comment section. What are you listening to right now? Let me know. And big shout out to Goosebumps Radio, of course. Goosey is a good friend of mine, and you can come and join us over on our Discord server. We actually have quite the hub. We call it that, actually. The Hub Discord server, where we have all of our different communities that come together, and we talk about music. We talk about everything else in between, so you can come and join us over there. Link to our Discord is down in the description below. But definitely go and follow Goosebumps Radio. Please hit that subscribe button on his videos, leave a comment, and of course, hit those like buttons. And the same goes for this one. And also, guys, if you want to come and join and become a member on this channel, head on over to our members tab. We've got $1 members over here, and it really helps support myself and the channel. But if not, no worries. We're over here. We're having fun. We're reacting to music, and we're loving the storylines. So thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.